What's happening? This is Fat Bear EDC, Bernardo here, and in this video, I'd like to discuss if the SOG PowerPint killed the Leatherman Juice. Before we kind of get into the tool set and what the differences are about the tool, I think we need to kind of discuss a little bit about some of the timelines, history of the tools. The Leatherman was produced first. It was produced in, I think it started off in 2001, 2002. And then later on, the SOG came out in 2018. So I think we need to kind of jump back into history and kind of discuss about the market when this was produced. So before this little Leatherman, we had the bigger Leathermans that everybody knows, the Wave and the Surge. But there wasn't really much in I think there were a couple different competitors, but nothing that of the Leatherman quality in this little package per se. Before that, really, I guess the multi-tool of choice was the old trusty Victorinox Swiss Army knife. So this is my this is one of my go-tos. This is a climber, Victorinox climber with a custom scale that I've put on here. It's a plus scale that includes the pen and the pin, or the needle, I should say here. But really, there was the if you wanted something small, lightweight, you know, if you're more of an office where you're not don't need a heavier tool like the Wave, this was the go-to tool, I think. So Leatherman came out with this. That's what I believe. I mean, it's essentially almost the same weight, thickness. It's a little thinner, but it does have, you know, it opens up, it has pliers and such. But the other reason too is that this is the reason the Victorinox is such a well sold knife is one, it's been around very long, but it's also not locking. So it's a slip joint knife, which allows for lots of international sales because different countries have different laws. I believe England and Europe, you're not allowed to have a locking blade. So that's why these work so well internationally. So I believe that's what this was kind of the purpose for. It was kind of trying to be a Leatherman Swiss Army knife, for lack of a better terminology. And I think that's what they were going with it. It's a great tool. I really loved it. I actually have two. This is the X, I think, what is it? The XE6. So just a beefier version, a lot more tools. I actually bought this on their last run. I think they had a refurbished run in 2022, 23 or something. And I bought this last minute, like just kind of an impulse because I found out that they were going to stop selling them, or they did stop selling them at the time. So I had to get one for the collection. So I don't use this Leatherman as much. And no, in a quick story, so this is actually a warranted one. Leatherman's warranty is actually really great. I actually had one of the original S2s, and it was orange. So if I'll put a picture of that if I can find that up. But this was a refurbished. I sent mine in for warranty because it broke. But let's get into kind of like some of the tool sets here, what I really like about both of them. Great set of pliers. It's not super robust because of its size. So if you notice here, it does kind of bend when you start grabbing on things. Good blade, good outside blade here as well. Doesn't lock. These are slip lock, like I kind of mentioned. Great pocket opener, but this is one of the reasons I had warranted this. This for me had bent opening a can. It's a combination here, so you can pop that open and then also use this to get cans. And then it's got a great number 2. So I use this a lot for camping, and I used to use it a lot for snowboarding as well. So it's got a good number 2 there for doing your bindings for me when I was doing that, but just good overall number 2 for doing work around the house. 3D, as you can see there. One of the shortfalls, I think, is the other side. If you look at the other side, it's really just pocket Phillips, which isn't awful, but it really just doesn't give you a whole lot in terms of variety or tool selection. So, and they're not very robust, as you can see there. I think maybe, no, this isn't. For a minute there in the reflection, I thought it was like supposed to be all, and I was like, did I find a new feature? But no, these are all just flatheads. And they work great for that, but they are kind of thin, so you're not really going to pop any cans or anything open. Oh, I think I got myself there. Regardless, it's a great little tool. Loved it. Sad to see it discontinued, but then it kind of brings me back to this. So then the SOG PowerPint came out in 2018. This was discontinued in 2020. What are the big differences between these two tools in manufacturers? So quality. Fit and finish, usually on the Leathermans, are much nicer. They're almost Victorian-esque quality. I mean, you really can't get too much better than Victorinox. All their stuff, you know, European stuff usually has really slick design. The SOG, great tool selection, has great variability, lots of potential here with the different things. I like the, I do like all the blades on here in the file. Great tool selection. The shortcomings here for me are the tools on the other side here, which are the Phillips and the can opener and bottle opener. They're just a little thin for me, kind of small. I haven't used them too much yet. But like this Phillips, it's just super small. I've used it on a few things. It does grab okay in a pinch, but you know, there are a lot of better things. This has a much better one. But where does this really shine are the pliers. The pliers are way more robust than the Juice. I mean, with this gear right here, you can really grab stuff, and it, you know, it bends a little, but you can see that it's still grabbing, whereas like the Leatherman does kind of give out. So you can kind of see the jaws do stop closing at a certain point. And it is a medium duty. These are medium duty tools, so you do have to take that into account. But what happened? Oh, and also the quarter bit. So the 1/4 inch bit here can essentially turn this tool into any kind of screwdriver, bit driver, a little socket bit there. You can carry it with this. That's why I say that number 2, the little Phillips that it comes with, isn't a huge deal, because you can obviously put your own on there, and you could also pocket this if you wanted to. I usually put it in a bag like that in that kind of situation. This has actually turned my tool. This has turned into my snowboarding tool now that they've discontinued these, because I kind of keep this more as a collector's now. But did the SOG really kill the Juice? No, I don't think so. I think really it was just different era, different timing. I think this was kind of what Leatherman should have kind of been going to. They were after manufacturers put so much work and money into making tools, it's kind of hard to refurbish them and redo them again. And from my understanding, making these size tools and bigger tools like the Wave and such, the cost is about the same. It costs them about the same amount of money to make a small tool like this and a big one. So what I think, I think SOG and other manufacturers kind of caught on that this wasn't catching maybe internationally. The other issue, I think, why Leatherman really discontinued and why this didn't necessarily kill it was because Leatherman has a really great warranty. As I mentioned earlier, this was a warranty refurbished one that they gave me from the original. And what it was, and what I can assume is that probably a lot of other folks had some similar issues, because not just my bottle opener had bent and had broke. Just by carrying it and by it, me taking it on a couple different trips, it broke the back locks. Let me, if I remember correctly. So it was one of these. So one of these little thin back locks, I think actually 2 of them broke, and the flatheads weren't holding. So I'm pretty sure it was actually the last 2, this one and this other one. They would just spin. And so I warrantied it, and then they gave it to me. So that was great. But I had a buddy, he actually had this model, and same thing with the can opener, bottle opener. We were out camping, both kind of busting some cans open. It happened to me one night, it happened to him the next night. They were still functional, so the tools are still robust and functional, but it was bent, So it was nice that Leatherman did that, but I'm assuming that probably happened to a lot of different folks. So Leatherman probably at the end were like, well, we're probably gonna have to cut this one loose. Too many warranty items, so we're gonna have to cut that one loose. And then here comes the SOG. And the SOG kind of filled its place for quite a while until some of these other manufacturers have come out and made some other stuff. So did the juice kill the SOG? No. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention too is that these are locking. So I think other manufacturers realize that, these are probably not really popular internationally for whatever reason. And I mean, not that they're not, they're sold around the world, and I have family members in Brazil and in Europe that actually love Leatherman and have them. But I think, most of them are kept in toolboxes or in a car or something. They're not really carried, or they're put on a belt at a shop. But for EDC purposes, they're not carried. Also, at the time, in the early 2000s, I think everyone that was wearing essentially everyone went to a pocket clip type knife or tool, which this already kind of had. This had the bit there, which was a big thing. It has your lanyard hold there too, where this didn't have the pocket clip. None of the models I know. I don't recall them ever making any aftermarket ones either. And everyone I knew just carried it in their pocket or put it in a bag of sorts. So this style ended up kind of taking its place. I'm not sure what the SOG warranties are, but the price of these, they're much cheaper. I think when these came out, they were about 65 or so. I think if you look online now, you maybe get them for 80. Since they're discontinued, they're kind of sought out a little bit in the enthusiast market. But these are $40. I'm pretty sure I got this one on sale for 35 a year or so ago. So they do go on sale very often, and they're pretty robust. I mean, the pliers, I don't see the pliers breaking. I do worry kind of about the bottle openers and such, but for $40, or if I find it on sale again, it's not too bad of another purchase. But yeah, great tools. I hope Leatherman, actually comes back with a reedition of the Juice some way, maybe a little bit more robust with a pocket clip of sorts. I am a deep carry kind of guy. That's why I have it on this little lanyard. I used to just like carrying it like in the pocket with the lanyard. Never did really try my deep pocket method here with this clip that I really enjoy now. I'm going to try that on this and let you guys know what I think on the SOG. But yeah, two great tools. I mean, I'm glad that SOG, kind of took its place in a way for a couple years until some other manufacturers. I'm sad to see Leatherman go, but I hope they come out with something new. If you guys want to check these out, I'm going to leave some links below. If you guys did like my video, please hit me up with a like. And if you'd like to see some more, hit the subscribe. I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.